Imagine high-end clients seeking you out, not just because you're on social media every day, posting all over the different platforms, or because you're using some aggressive sales tactics, but because your brand radiates prestige. This isn't magic. This is about understanding some invisible magnets that really influence people and how they buy and who they seek out. And if you start using these things, then you can start attracting clients that see your unique value in the service that you offer. I see a lot of women's service providers attracting penny pinchers who are constantly objecting over their prices or trying to talk them down. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use your brand to attract high-end clients. If you can do this, you can stop competing on price and start competing on perceived value. In my own business, I've shifted from attracting penny pinchers, from attracting people who don't really see the end game, to booking high-end clients. In fact, just last week, I booked a high-end client who paid in full. I'm Alli, and I help women's service providers create high-end brands that attract their perfect fit clients. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel for more branding, website, and marketing content. I've been in business for about 8 years, and early in those days, I did get a lot of people that really cared about the price. They were kind of the tire kickers. They wanted me to reduce my package prices or do it cheaper. And I have to say, it's stressful over time. There was a lot of burnout that happened as I started to collect these clients that wanted one more change, that were really nitpicky, that didn't understand the overall vision of what we were going for. So over the years, I've really shifted my brand, how I market, my positioning, and a lot of things that I'm going to talk about today to be able to attract the kind of clients that pay in full, that don't even blink when you tell them your price, and that sign up for your service after one call. The thing is, high-end clients don't price shop. They are looking for the end game, the end result. They want an experience that feels premium. They want to feel taken care of. So they're willing to pay for those extras and hire someone that's going to get them to the outcome in the best way possible and the fastest way possible. Branding is really the bridge that helps take your service and communicate it to that person that it is high-end, that it is a premium service. Sets that stage for your authority and communicates that trust. High-end buyers are turned off by really overt sales tactics. They don't like pushy marketing. In today's market, they're more interested in finding someone aligned with them that has the exact skill set that they need and that isn't going to beat around the bush as far as results go. So we want to take your brand and shift it from a megaphone where it's just blaring out all your content, harping on the same points as to why someone should buy from you, and instead communicating that inherent value. There's really 3 characteristics of premium brand that I'll talk about today. Number 1, they have an irresistible brand persona. They make their clients feel that they're not just a company, but they have a personality, that they care, that when their clients come, they're not just buying from some corporation who's taking their money and going to give them something shoddy, but something that is really crafted to them. So as they create this story, they're weaving it together across all the touch points. So when you encounter them, that story builds on itself over time. They have visual aesthetics that back up that premium price tag. So it feels like when the client signs up, they're walking into a 5-star hotel, that those aesthetics are elevated, that they communicate that value immediately. The thing is, your aesthetics communicate one thing or another, whether it's a bargain discount price, whether it's something that feels novice, people can see that in what you present. And within that brand persona, it's crafted toward a specific person, giving a specific ideal client a result that they want. The other thing that premium brands do is they have a strategic storytelling. They're weaving their brand's origin story throughout their content. They're telling stories about what they do and how they do it. They're showcasing client stories as aspirational benchmarks. And they have mastered the art of kind of creating this intrigue around it, of making you want to feel like you're part of that club. The third thing that you have is an elevated client experience. So it's one thing to market to someone and to present yourself as a luxury brand, but if your client comes in and they sign up for something and then they don't even get an email or onboarding and they don't know what to do, that's not a very polished experience for them. And then they start doubting that you really are who you say you are. So you want to anticipate your client's needs before they even voice them. You want to have a seamless onboarding process. You want every step of that process to feel like they're taken care of, that they're heard, and it's something that feels effortless and sort of exclusive. And that cultivates a community around your brand of people that talk about it, that talk about that experience and share it with others, that are loyal to your brand. and offer you referrals. Okay, so how do you create this elevated brand that attracts those premium clients like others that do the same? So first off, you want to understand the mindset of a high-end buyer and the difference between one who is and isn't. High-end clients value outcome over price. That's what they care about. They care about the ROI. They care about what is in it for them at the end of the game. They're willing to make the sacrifice now in the price to get a long-term return. They see things in a longer time horizon. So they're not just looking at how am I going to pay my bills tomorrow? They're looking at how am I going to grow my business, or how am I going to get these results in the future that I want? High-end buyers are looking for authority and expertise. They want to invest in someone who knows what they're doing, that has the qualifications that they don't. They recognize their own limitations and that they can't do it on their own, and they want someone to take it over for them. They really value expert guidance. They value trust and loyalty and clarity. Penny pinchers, on the other hand, focus on the lowest price. What's the lowest price I can pay right now to get something that I want? They want discounts. They want extras. They want all of the things that you could possibly offer, even if it's not the exact thing they need at the time. They're more likely to negotiate or delay making a decision, to get into this analysis paralysis of what the right choice is versus making a decision and moving forward. And they're less invested in long-term results, or they don't really think about that in the same way. They think, I need to check these boxes. I need this thing now for the short term. And they're not thinking in the big picture sense of like what this is actually going to build in the long term. So number 2 is, now that you understand the personality type that you're going for, you want to position your brand as the one who gets those results, as the premium option. And you do this in a few different key ways. So number 1 is how you message. This is how you talk about your service, the results that you're going to get. You want to emphasize the transformation, the outcome. You want to talk about the problems that you solve, that the end result. So instead of just listing out all the features of your service, like the deliverables and the XYZ chapters of your course, or the things that you're going to hand over, you want to talk more about the benefits of what those things bring. In your messaging, you want to play up what is different about you. You don't want to be just a stock service provider. There's probably a million people who do what you do. If they can find another person on Fiverr for cheaper who is doing the exact same thing that you do, then they'll probably hire that person. So you want to make yourself distinct. What is it that is different about what you're doing? How is it less like a commodity and more like a signature service? In your messaging, you want to be specific, not vague. So avoid saying things like, you're going to feel more confident, or you're going to ditch the overwhelm. Those are vague. They don't really say anything about the actual results that people are going to get. They don't speak to a specific type of client. This is where really understanding your particular person and getting really specific about who that is helpful. And I have a video about doing market research and getting a better understanding of that person that you can check out on my channel. You want to make your pricing feel like an investment rather than just an expense. So don't line item your prices. You're not going to sit there and list out every single deliverable and assign a price to it. You don't want to give people 17 options of packages. You want to craft something that fits what they want and need and nothing more. Don't give them a bunch of fluff. Don't add in a bunch of things just to make it seem more valuable. What they care about is the end game. And if you are packing in all these other things that's going to waste their time, they can sense that. So make sure you're building the package that fits them, or build one premium package that you know fits your exact ideal client in the best position to get the best results from you, and sell that. Number 3 is to use aesthetics and design that signals that you are an authority and that you are offering a premium service. So you want to create cohesive visuals through your fonts, through your imagery, through your logo, like everything that people see, and you want to present that in a cohesive way across everywhere you show up. This is where simple, elegant design beats cluttered and flashy. Those things have like bargain cues. So you want to avoid trying to pack everything you do into your imagery. You think about brands like Apple, where they have like a minimalist design. It looks sleek, it looks polished. It isn't cluttered with a bunch of stuff, but it looks like a premium experience. And Apple users will tell you, like, a lot of times it's not necessarily even the features that they care about most. It's that they align with that brand aesthetic. They align with the feeling that it gives them. Or think about a brand like Tesla. All of their aesthetics signal innovation and authority. They emphasize performance and a premium experience. Number 4 is to align your client experience with the premium expectations that you've already set with your branding. So when a client signs on, you want that onboarding to feel smooth and seamless. You want to have proactive communication. You want to have clear steps. You don't want to leave that client wondering, okay, I paid the invoice, now what? Make every step of the process clear, make every step logical, and make sure you're sharing that with them along the way so they know what is expected of them. Premium clients are drivers. They want to get stuff done. They want to move forward. They don't want to sit wondering that they just paid someone who's going to run off with their money. Avoid over customization or doing a bunch of extras for free. You want to make sure that every time they have an encounter with them, they feel taken care of, that the whole process is effortless and high value. So just to recap, we want to avoid penny pinchers and attract more premium clients. And there's a lot of ways that you can do this, but I've dialed in on some in this video. High-end clients are looking for outcomes, not so much just the price tag. They want it done well. They want to feel taken care of. They want the end result. The piece that is going to help you communicate that that's what you offer to a high-end client is your brand. It's going to create that bridge. It's going to translate your service into something that they know what they want. And to do that, you have to communicate clearly with your messaging. You have to position yourself as a premium option, as something that's different, not just an average service provider checking some boxes. And you have to do that with an aesthetic that backs you up, that makes it feel premium, that makes them feel taken care of. And then you want to back yourself up with your client experience. Once you've established that you are a premium option, you need to make sure that every step of the way feels like it. If you do these things, you will find that you will start attracting more premium clients and less of the tire kickers, less of the penny pinchers. It's going to make your business feel more fun. It's going to make it feel less stressful and help you avoid all that burnout that comes when you are constantly working with people that don't feel like a good fit. If you're ready to elevate your brand and website and book more high-end clients, then book a call and we can talk about what that looks like for you and if we're a good fit. It's a no-pressure time to really just sit down and look at what your goals are and to see if I could be the best person to support you. If you also want to dive in deeper in the process of understanding your ideal perfect fit client, then check out my latest video on sales psychology. I have some hacks that will help you make sure that your website is converting at a higher rate and converting the right people. So check out that video and we'll see you next time.